San Leandro 911.
Hi, there's an accident. Oh my God! I think there's somebody hurt.
Okay, vehicle accident?
Yeah, it's a car that got banged up really bad.
Is everybody out of their vehicle yet?
No, the lady's in the car. She's still screaming. She got hurt really bad.
Okay. And can you tell me what the subject was wearing that took off running?
No, I don't know what he was wearing.
Okay.
But I don't know.
All right. We have the fire department, an ambulance, and the police officers on the way. Just keep that we're on the way. We'll be arriving shortly, okay?
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Police officer here with City of San Leandro. I've been a police officer for just over 25 years. Well, some of the folks that we run into, whether it be criminal or otherwise, victims, suspects, are extremely youthful. They're juveniles, anywhere from 10 to 17 years old. And the ones that do commit crimes, especially the petty crimes, vandalism, some petty theft, things like this, we try and get ahead of it. This administration and this police department has done a really good job. For the last 5 or 6 years, we've run a teen academy.
Exercise! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
So the San Leandro Police Department Teen Academy is basically an inside look on what the San Leandro police officers do on an everyday basis. And I like that because I never understood anything about police officers till I came to this academy, and it showed me a lot.
When I developed this program, this Teen Academy, I wanted them to get a glimpse, just a little glimpse, into what it's like in an actual academy. And some of that, in fact a large portion of that, is academic.
I like the teamwork that it creates. Like, so many of the people that I meet here, we wouldn't have met even if we're in the same class or in the same year of school. And we've also made a lot of friends we wouldn't expect to, just from different parts of the community, so yeah.
Today we had a team building exercise. I was kind of amazed that they were able to finish it as quick as they did. But they worked as a team, and now we work on their communication. We work on them being able to talk to each other.
This program really teaches you what it means to be a leader and how to show yourself out to a class, because many people here are shy, and you really have to stand out here because it kind of shows you what it is to be a cop and what they go through every day.
I've heard from past classes, from the parents, from their guardians, other relatives. When they come back, they always mention that their kids do things differently. And that was our goal when we started this academy. Our goal was to get these kids to do things differently, things that they've never done before, like paying attention to detail. One of the other outreach programs that we have here in San Leandro is United for Safety. Once a year we have an open house at the police department. It kind of brings everyone together in a fashion that we don't normally get to see them.
Hi, my name is Sandra Spagnoli. I'm the police chief for the city of San Leandro. We're here today at our United for Safety open house. It's our 3rd annual event we've had this year. Really, the impetus for the event was to create an event where we could really join the community with our main goal of safety.
you get to see how the community works together in a way that you normally don't. If you're on a commission or if you're on an elected official, you see it from your perspective of of the community you serve. This is another way of looking how the service to the community and the community coming together and being the eyes and ears of the police department really supports, living safely together.
We're here today just to support the San Leandro Police Department. A great community event. We work with them all the time on calls and in the community, so we thought we'd come down today, meet all the people, say hi, show them the rig, interact with the police, with everybody else who's here today.
And again, you can see that we have a focus on community partnerships here today and a focus on youth. Youth are an important part. They're the next generation. They're the people that are going to fill our shoes when we retire. And so our focus on interacting with youth is twofold. It's one, to keep them out of trouble, but two, really to create some interest in becoming part of law enforcement. And so you can see that here today is the interaction with young people, providing them information, and providing them also an understanding that not only what we're about, but that we're real people.
Recently, Carrington College, one of our local businesses here at Bayfair Center, approached the police department, and we ended up, based on some of their ideas, coming up with a multi-agency training where the San Leandro Police Department specifically was able to learn some of the other training methods used, and we probably took away from that a whole nother level of partnership as far as businesses go in our community.
I'm going to drop you in various places so you can hide and be ready. Just run past him. If they ask you where he is, you don't know. Let him figure it out. When the group comes out of there again, I want you to direct them that way the whole time.
Okay, so I direct them in, and then when they finally come, I direct them down.
Yep. All right, come on.
So this event was created with Carrington College staff members, including myself. The active shooter training was created as an opportunity to do a fully functional safety exercise along with our local emergency responders. Carrington College wanted to practice our safety and preparedness plan and learn what areas needed additional work and consideration so we could be best prepared should an emergency occur. It was thought about through a tour of our facility, which is adjacent to Bayfair Mall and many local businesses, and the opportunity created itself in that this would be an ideal setting for such a training to occur.
The benefit I see in this is not only for myself but for the San Leandro Police Department, but also all the volunteers that were in this scenario. They have a better respect for what the police do instead of having a negative connotation about the police in general. They come out of this going, holy cow, I had no idea that this stuff was this dangerous, this involved, and how much logistics there is in the police officers doing their job.
You know, the one thing about law enforcement officers or first responders is we are more than just that. We are sons, we are daughters, we are parents, we are the coaches of kids' sports teams, and we are your neighbors. And day to day, we come to work each day with the desire to do the best that we can to serve the public that trusts us. And in doing so, there are times in which we see things that most people never have to see. Most people don't want to see. Tragedy. And we see that from time to time, and that has an effect on us, both personally and professionally. In an incident like that, our peer support team members will work with those employees that are affected by things that they have seen here at work or things that they have experienced, and work with them to make sure that they get through those critical times in their life to make sure that they can serve this public the best and most professional way that all of us are trained to do.
Howdy. Did you call?
Yep,
Yes, I did.
What's going on?
Got a couple of suspicious individuals back in my secured parking lot.
So after 25 plus years here at the police department, I know that we can't do this job without the citizens that are out there. And some of these citizens do a great job in assisting us. The apprehension of suspects, they assist us at crime scenes, where somebody needs help as far as medical goes, and they're the first ones on the spot. Every year we have an awards ceremony to recognize those citizens. This is something that other law enforcement agencies do, but I'm pretty proud that in our department, we go a long way in reaching out to our partners who are the citizens. And we recognize them with an award for their service and what it was they did.
Today, not only are we recognizing some of our employees, but community members who went above and beyond and helped out with the enhancement of public safety that we are trying to promote here in the city of San Leandro.
So I'm Michael Brown, here for the Chief's Certificate Award. Richard and I were here for rescuing an 11-year-old, 12-year-old boy from a couple of pit bulls that were attacking him. I mean, I grew up in San Leandro. I was born in 1952, and I've lived here most of my life. And I've always appreciated the police here. They've always seemed to do a very good job. You know, they're always on top of things, and it seems like, you know, I always felt safe here.
These awards are to build partnerships. It's to build that foundation within the community that enhances our services so that we can go out and provide the best quality service and the best public safety efforts to our community. It's much needed in this day and age of building these partnerships, to have those additional force multipliers out there so that we can go out and safely and effectively do our jobs on a day-to-day basis.
You know, our community outreach, our attempts to partner with the community don't just end with our Neighborhood Watch or United for Safety. Our SWAT team once a year puts on a SWAT team challenge where they compete against other SWAT teams from other law enforcement agencies, and they do it in the end for charity. So not only do they get good training out of it, but they raise funds for some very charitable causes.
What we're here at Lake Chabot and San Leandro for is really 40 teams, 39 that showed up, coming together really for one cause, and that's to raise money for the George Mark Children's House, a local charity here within our region. It really provides care to seriously ill children.
Adventure Medical Kits went ahead and donated 40 kits to each of the teams here, as well as some prize and raffle items.
Because I believe in this event, and I like that all these team members and community members are out here to support this cause.
This is our first time at this event. We wanted to support the charity as well as test ourselves amongst the other SWAT teams in the area. And we'd like to really thank all the people that participated business-wise. We couldn't have did this without the Rogers family company, which donated coffee for us to sell, which really paid for everything. And then among several other sponsors that were involved, just being here, showing us their equipment, and really being part of this huge movement to try to help the George Mark Children's House.
Recently, the police department issued body cameras, video recording systems, to the police officers in the street. And the chief and her administration was extremely proactive in issuing this equipment. It not only helps the police officer on the street that he or she does on a daily basis, but it also provides for more safety for the community.
The core reason why we want to implement this system, to have officers wear a camera, is because here at the San Leandro Police Department, we have done a tremendous job of building trust and cooperation from this community. I saw that very clearly when I transitioned over from Oakland to San Leandro. And to have this tool, it's another tool to let our community know that, first of all, you can trust our officers, that they will always behave at the most highest professional level. It's here to protect not only our officers, but to protect our community and to protect this community from frivolous lawsuits. And while we don't get a lot of complaints here at the San Leandro Police Department, that can change overnight. It can change with one incident where capturing evidence or good data can make the difference in our community. That trust that we talked about. So the chief wanted this technology. She assigned it to staff to research it. Lieutenant Mike Sobek spearheaded it. He drafted a policy that is workable for our staff and is beneficial to our community.
So the Citizens Academy it not only affords those that participate a venue for them to voice concerns or ask questions, but it gives the police department a venue for feedback. So what we're doing, how we're doing it, we don't often hear how it goes. Not necessarily a grading system, but a lot of good feedback. Most of it is positive, but we need to know what isn't in the eyes of the community. And so it helps us reach out, and it helps the community reach out to the police department. And that's what they call a partnership.
The nice thing for us is it's not just us educating the public. What's nice about this program is it allows them the ability to come with some of the things and concerns that they might have as a community, which opens our eyes also.
I've always respected the police, but now they're human to me and rather endearing too, because you get to know them personally, or that's the way I feel.
I wanted to come to the academy because you see the perception of police officers on the street is pretty negative, and I try to be fair. So it's like I don't like making generalizations. I think police officers are so necessary, and I don't want the few bad things to taint me. And this is giving me a broad overview of how things happen. And I like that. It gives me an ability when I hear people, no, police officers, they just this. And it's like, no, there really are rules back there telling them what they can and can't do.
And sometimes we have the answers and sometimes we don't. But sometimes they bring to the table something that we can take back to our staff to actually build better relationships with the community.
And I like that. I like living in a city. I think they're really community oriented. I grew up in Oakland. Police officers are not community oriented. Maybe they are, but it's a much bigger city. I mean, it's like 5 times as big. So, and it's a lot of crime, and so it's a little different. But I like it. I like that they reach out to the community.
So for 25 years, I've dedicated my life. I've made sacrifices, and I come to work for all those 25 years so that the folks of this community can feel safe. I've been involved in numerous programs, and I do it all for the same reason. I'd like to see at the end of my career, which is not that far away, that all of that had a benefit. That everything that I've done and that what these officers do here on a daily basis has helped, and it continues to help. And all of these partnerships that we've spoke of, and all of the training that we've spoke of, should continue down that same path. This administration has done a fantastic job with putting together the right people in the right place, and now all we need to do is just sit back and let it happen, because these are the kinds of things that make a community stronger, especially the partnerships. And now we're starting to see it. And so again, after 27 years when I'm done, when it's all said and done, I live here in this town, and I'd like to see it stay the way San Leandro should be, a safe community.